is life. You enjoy a few drinks from time to time. Maybe you don't eat what you should. Maybe like me, you also take medications. All this could take a toll on your liver and health over time. Bluesetin is designed to support healthy liver maintenance, performance, and protection from the past, present, and future lifestyle stressors and toxins. Bluesetin has a great blend of ingredients that helps rejuvenate and restore liver functions from the sins of your past. Each packet helps provide specific formulas to help you feel your best and get you ready for the next day. It comes in a quick melting mint tablet that actually tastes great. Choose a smarter way to enjoy your life and be responsible with Bluesetin to get scientifically designed liver and body support. Go to bluesetin.com. That's Bluesetin, BLUCETIN.com, and make sure you use the promo code Rapaport and save 10%. This is a limited time offer, so check it out now and start living healthy. I'm using it, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling strong, and you should definitely check out Bluesetin. Okay. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. And I am back in my car. I want to let you know that safety first. And I did do the last podcast from my car. Here's what I will say, because somebody said something about it's irresponsible to podcast from your car, Mike Rapp. How could you do that? That kind of thing. And, you know, judging me and all that stuff. And I will say that I understand the concern, but I think that podcasting from the car is not a safety concern. I have one hand on the wheel, one hand on the mic, and the good thing about it, okay, yes, you could say, well, you should have two hands on the wheel, but who of us really has two hands on the wheel? And also, I'm driving in a slow traffic. And I feel like the tone of my own voice lulls me into some sort of trance. Not saying like in a good way. I don't really like the tone of my voice. I don't even like listening to myself. I don't listen to that many of the podcasts. I listen to them periodically because of the fact that I can't stand my voice. I find it to be a bit higher than I would imagine. I wanted more of a like Barry White thing, not that deep, not like super deep, but just I don't know. But the point is that I appreciate the concern. I do not feel like it's irresponsible. I feel like it's more irresponsible to drive with my foot on my console. Like I do in slow traffic. A lot of times I take my left shoe off and I put my foot on the console while I'm driving. And because at one point I had a cop pull me over and he said, he recognized me because, you know, I'm a world famous actor. And he said to me, "Hey, Mike Rapaport, how are you?" And I said, "Good." And he said, "You know, I pulled a guy out of a car crash whose leg was up like that and the leg wound up behind him." It was, you know, very graphic. And he said, "You know, be careful." And I said, "Fuck, all right." And I took my foot down. But at times, I still do that. I admit it. I do admit it. I have a problem. Like, I don't sit still. If you've ever had the pleasure of dining with me, you would know that I am a person who is very annoying because I scratch my balls, I cross my legs under the table from left to right. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast, the world famous I Am Rapaport podcast, coming live from Los Angeles. This is what we call a solo episode. My partner in crime, G Monetti, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, is in New York. The next episode will be taking place from the East Coast. I will be back on the East Coast, face to face, in the New York Gloom Tomb with G Monetti. But I'm flying solo this episode. All right, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Start building a dope-ass website today at squarespace.com. And if you enter the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, at checkout, you get 10% off. Squarespace has a state-of-the-art technology to ensure security and stability so your online information and your online presence is safe and secure. Literally millions of people are already using Squarespace. It's just $8 a month and you get a free domain if you sign up for a year. Start your free trial today with no credit card needed. If you don't have a credit card, you can still go to squarespace.com and make sure you use the promo code Rapaport and save 10%. Every single person needs an online presence. It's 2015. Go to squarespace.com. Check it out. We use it at the I Am Rapaport podcast. I trust it. It's safe, secure. They got state-of-the-art technology. Check it out. So, fuck, man. Where do I start? I have a few things I want to talk about. I saw a good movie. Very, very good movie. It really was an emotional movie. Far more emotional than I had imagined, just because I thought it was going to be about iPhones and technology and all that shit. And I saw Steve Jobs, the second Steve Jobs film, the first one with Ashton Kutcher, who is actually very much plugged into the whole Silicon Valley world, and he's super rich from it. He was one of the first actors to get down with it, investing in it, meeting and greeting the people. And although he played a dumb fuck on that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher is no dumb fuck, people. That motherfucker is a rich fuck. But this film, I didn't see that film. I'm sure it was good. I think it came out too soon. That movie was made like it was like they were waiting for Steve Jobs to die, and then they were like, okay, we're going in production the next day. I think it was too soon. But this film, I also feel like it's a little too soon. To make biopics about people that die, and it's like less than 10 years after they die. I don't know the reason why you want to do that. I feel like you need to let time pass and perspective, sort of, settle in. But I saw the Steve Jobs film that was directed by Danny Boyle, who is really a fucking great filmmaker. He did, what did he do? Jesus, he did. I know he did Train Spotting. I know he did The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. The really good one he did, Slumdog Millionaire. He's done a bunch of films, all different genres, all different styles. Reminds me of Steven Soderbergh in a way, who directed Traffic, who directed the Ocean's 11s, 12s, 13 movies. He's done all kinds of shit. And it's sort of, great filmmaker, and, sort of doesn't let his directing style or his fingerprints dictate the film. He's adjustable to the genres of film, which I think is something that some filmmakers, you could be a great filmmaker, but you might make specific kind of movies. So Danny Boyle has definitely proven himself to be a very versatile, there's the word, filmmaker. So I went and saw this film, and I saw it at the ArcLight in a smaller theater in Los Angeles. ArcLight, if you've never been out here in Los Angeles, is sort of the high end, one of the first high end movie theaters that was made in Hollywood. It has the Dome Theater, which is my favorite theater in the United States that I've been to. I haven't been to that many theaters. I'm crossing a red light. Don't fucking hit me, you motherfucker! Shit, cocksucker. Traffic, yeah, these fucking people. Anyway, so I went to go see Steve Jobs, and I really, really, really liked it a lot. I didn't love it at times. It's written by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote West Wing and who wrote, was it Newsroom on HBO? A very quick style. And at times I felt like that got in, it was just, sometimes I wanted to breathe. It was like, fuck. But like the opening scene's like 5 minutes of dialogue between Steve Jobs and I don't know who this chick is. Kate Winslet plays like his assistant, his right-hand woman, and it's great. But at some point, like I was like, whoa, I need to like fucking process what's going on here. But he's a great writer, a great writer. Michael Fassbender, who played Steve Jobs, was excellent. And Kate Winslet. Some people, I had read a review that they were saying that her accent was spotty. Let me tell you something about accents in actors. I did a show called Justified, and I, for the first time, it was the first show that I did while I was on Twitter, and some people were like, your fucking accent sucks, and some people were like, you nailed the accent. Accents are overrated, and accents are they're perspective. It's like your perspective of what you think the accent should sound like, what's real, what's not real. Well, how the fuck do you know the accent's good, not good, whatever? I guess if you think the accent sucks, the accent sucks. But I read a review that said Kate Winslet's accent sucked, or it was spotty. And I didn't have a problem with it. She played like an American woman who's from Poland. I thought she was really, really, really good. And I think I heard a couple of times where it kind of sounded a little inconsistent than the other thing. I don't care about that so much. I mean, obviously you want to stay within the ballpark of the accent. But I mean, like I said, I've said this before on the I Am Rapaport podcast. It's been documented. Because everything we say at the I Am Rapaport podcast is documented and put in museum quality storage rooms throughout the country because it's just that important. But, great actors have won, or great actors have been nominated for Academy Awards with quote unquote spotty or questionable accents, imperfect accents during performances in films. So you fucks at home are like, oh, the accent this, and fuck you for when you did Justified, your accent sucked. Eat a dick. Eat a fucking dick. Eat two dicks. So Kate Winslet was great. Seth Rogen plays Stephen Wozniak, who I guess from what I learned from the film was really sort of the ham and egg, or the hands-on, brains. This is what I got from the film. Wozniak was the guy who could do all the shit, and Stephen Jobs was the guy who could see all the shit. I don't know if that makes sense, but like Stephen Jobs had the vision to create Apple, to create Macintosh, to create iPod, to create these certain kind of computers, and Wozniak, along with other people, was the one who could do the physical labor. Like if you were building a car, like Stephen Jobs was not just, I think it minimizes it to say he's a designer, but he had the vision. And Wozniak was the guy, the technical guy. Not that Stephen Jobs wasn't. Whatever. The other thing I got from the film is that Stephen Jobs, I'm not the first to say this, was a motherfucker to deal with, especially when he was younger. And he had this daughter from a woman that he was with that he didn't claim, and that was the part of the movie that I really liked, that really surprised me, is the father-daughter thing. And it was a big through line, and it was also a very it became extremely emotional to watch, and it affected me emotionally. Like it was a very emotional film, like the father-daughter thing. They don't go into his death. They don't go into the cancer stuff. The movie ends before that. It's really takes place at the launch of some of the big Apple products, like this computer and that computer, and I don't know, like 3 or 4 launch things where he stands up there in his New Balance. Stephen Jobs fucked with New Balance, like me, and the I Am Rapaport podcast. We love New Balance. We love Greats, Greats.com, but we have a history of loving New Balance. Great sneakers are fucking sick, and they're great, but New Balance has been around for a long time. But anyway, Stephen Jobs he wore his New Balances, his jeans, and his black turtlenecks. And the film takes place at a lot of the film would take place at these different launches for these big products. Anyway, so the father-daughter part of the film, I'm still driving in the car, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, still driving. A lot of the film took place during the launch of the products. And the bottom line is I recommend it. It's a very good film. It's not a perfect film. I don't think it's a great film, but it's a very good film, and I really enjoyed it. And Michael Fassbender is very fucking good. And I wanted to point out, Michael Fassbender, who was in Shame, he was in 12 Years a Slave, I think he's been nominated for a couple of Oscars, considered a sex symbol, one of Hollywood's great leading men of today, one of the big up-and-coming sort of good actors who's also a movie star. So you can't just be a movie star. Let me explain this. In order to be a really, really great movie star, you need to be able to be a good actor and have the looks. Okay, and Michael Fassbender has them both. So he's sort of, let me backtrack. Denzel, I'm on coffee, guys. I drank some fucking coffee. So, to me, Denzel Washington is probably our greatest movie star. And the reason why I say this is because Denzel Washington, if he didn't have the looks, he'd still be a world-renowned great actor because his skills are so good. But he also has the looks and the charisma and that je ne sais quoi. That I Am Rapaport podcast je ne sais quoi kind of thing. Like Denzel Washington is the I Am Rapaport podcast of actors. I kid. But Michael Fassbender, he's a really good actor. He's versatile. He's not afraid to take chances in the characters that he plays, and he's and he's a good-looking dude. I only know this when I hear other women say he's so good-looking. He's so good-looking. Even in 12 Years a Slave, I thought he was so attractive. I hear these things. I can't really point out a good-looking person, unless they look like Johnny Depp. Like everybody's like, that guy looks like a fucking girl, like a pretty girl. The point is that Michael Fassbender is a big star, really good actor, and doesn't have lips. That was my point, and that brings us into a segues me into famous white people without lips. Michael Fassbender, considered a sex symbol. No fucking lips. None. Zero. Which people, if you don't have lips, it doesn't mean you can't be a sex symbol. It proves it. It proves it right there with Michael Fassbender. Women throw themselves at Michael Fassbender. Another person I wanted to point out. I hate to do it. I don't know if I've pointed out before, but the people have asked for it, and I'm going to give it to you. George Clooney. I love George Clooney. Respect him as an entrepreneur. Respect him as an actor. Respect him as a filmmaker. Great fucking director. Super fucking nice guy. Super fucking nice guy. Really fucking nice. Always cool. Good basketball player. I've played him one-on-one. He once beat me 2 out of 3, but I feel like during that game, I just was afraid to make contact with his face. I am known to throw elbows, and that was a problem. So although he was good, competitive, and in better shape than me, I feel like I could have beaten him, but I was afraid to get a little physical with him. But George Clooney, once voted sexiest man alive. I think he was like a 2 or 3 time winner. Sexiest man alive. Barely any lips. Another famous white person with barely any lips at all. None. Third famous white person with no lips of the week. Love him also. Never met him. Seems like a really, really nice guy. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody that has anything bad to say about him. Fucking Stephen Colbert. Guy's got a talk show. A successful talk show on CBS. Long-running career. No fucking lips. None. Or he's just he has just the elusive top lip. One lip. See, you could be very successful, regarded as a sex symbol and handsome, and you just have to know this, that you could overcome the fact that you don't have lips. There's 3 very famous, very successful people that I just named, white people with no lips. All right, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast. And as I told you, I'm deep into my fantasy shit, and I just found out about this app on Reddit the other day called SleeperBot. SleeperBot, B-O-T. I highly recommend you check this out now if you're into fantasy sports, and do not tell the other people in your league. SleeperBot will send you the first alerts, the best alerts and updates about injuries and roster changes that will help you kick ass in fantasy sports and fantasy football. We're the first ones to break important information the first week of the NFL season, and they've been doing it all season long. There's chats, there's shit-talking places for crazy people like me and you. It's called SleeperBot, SleeperBot, and it works on iOS, Android, and every other kind of phone or device you have, right? Trust me, check it out, and enjoy all the information. All right, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we are coming back at you. So, I'm going to just rattle off, we're going to do a Wig of Please, because I haven't done a Wig of Please in a while. And if you never listened to the I Am Rapaport podcast, Wig of Please is a segment that is trademarked, so if you try to steal it, I'll fucking sue you. But it's sort of our version of, come on, man, or, I guess everybody has their own version of it. We do Wig of Please, so if you acting real crazy, you get a Wig of Please. And there's a guy, I saw this on Vice magazine. There's a guy, I don't know where he's from. He's from Switzerland or Deutschland or fucking, I don't know where he's from. I saw this on Vice. This guy had some sort of hip problems, and I sympathize with him on that. He had health issues, and basically he wound up getting his hip removed because he had, you know, a lot of problems, a lot of things wrong with his body, and he had to get hip replacement surgery. And then as an art project, this nasty, dirty fucker fought with the hospitals because they don't do this. They don't just give you, you know, the hip after they're removing the hip. It's not like what they do. But after he got the surgery done and he got his real hip, his actual hip removed. Apparently they keep these things and then I don't know what the fuck they do with body parts, but they do shit with them. They're doctors. It's hospitals. They're not gonna just, you're not gonna just walk out with a hip in a plastic bag. But when he got a metal hip replacement, this guy from Deutschland or Norwegian or some shit, a 25-year-old guy, he fussed and he fought and he hemmed and he hogged and he convinced the hospital to give him his hip. All right, when he got his hip replacement surgery. And then what does he call as an art project? Now, and see, everybody's trying to do shit to become famous. Because I want to know what his other art projects were. You see what I'm saying? It's like, as an art project, no, as something to get, you know, some attention to yourself. This fucking guy, look at this woman. She's got a V. Steviano mask. Holy shit. Excuse me. Hey, where you get that mask from? She got one of those fucking masks. I want to get one of those masks, those V. Steviano masks. Remember that V. Steviano, the one who was going out with Donald Sterling? She was wearing those masks. She wouldn't tell me. She ignored me. Maybe it was actually V. Steviano. I'm driving. I haven't stopped talking, and I am driving in the car here. But after he got the hip replacement surgery, this guy from Norwegian guy, I don't know what his name is, Sven or you know, something like that. He decided to have like a seance and eat his own hip. Eat the fucking hip. He like boiled it. He put like salt and pepper and hot sauce on it and shit. Look it up. It's on Vice magazine. I saw it on Vice magazine. They did a whole thing. They appeased this guy. You don't get appeased here at the I AM Rapaport. You know what you get? You get a wig of please, because you're a nasty, gross, cannibalistic, and fucking freaky, nasty fucking guy. You gotta see this guy. He's got like shit on his face and he called it an art project, and I don't buy it for a second. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. That ain't an art project. You need to be locked the fuck up. Okay, because you start eating yourself, how do I know you're not gonna start eating other people? Anything could happen. So you get a wig of please. All right, check this guy out. He ate his own hip. He called it an art project. What else we got? I got other things going on. There's a guy in Florida. Always in Florida, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Florida. But this is real shit. A guy in Florida got chased down and driving and drinking and driving. He got out of the car and started running, left the scene of an accident. And 26-year-old dude, Relaford. His fucking name is Relaford. I like that name, though, Relaford. That's some southern shit, Relaford. I like that name. He got out of the car and started running. They asked him, why did you run? He said, because I wanted to go for a run, which I like that answer. I thought that was a good answer. And I feel like if you're able to make, you know, quick-witted answers like that, maybe you're not as crazy as you're trying to make yourself. But this fucking nut job, he was, you know, drunk. He was on the pills and drugs or something like that. Allegedly, I don't want this guy trying to come after me. Allegedly, he was drunk or on drugs. It hasn't been undetermined. And he said it wasn't him driving his car. It was his dog. His dog was the one driving the car, and that's why the driving was so erratic. Relaford, you get a wig of please for that. But I like your creativity. I like where your head's at, and I appreciate that shit. This guy's like a bit of a wise guy. So he said his dog was driving his car, and the reason why he ran from the cops is because he wanted to go for a run. Just get a little exercise in before you get locked up. You know, maybe you guys a fitness guy. So you get a wig of please for that. The third Wig of Please goes to the person that I played in the Howard Stern fantasy football league this week. I played a guy named Ben Bardo. And Ben Bardo obviously has some sort of inferiority complex because this little fuck, his email, no, the name of his team, and I think his Twitter account is Who is Ben Bardo? Well, now I'm going to tell the world who you are, Ben Bardo. Ben Bardo is the technician, the technical support guy who does the tech stuff, which means like internet, cables, and, you know, maybe sound. Not that he does sound, because Scott the engineer, Uncle Scott, who I'm playing in fantasy football, Scott Salem, he's the sound guy. But Ben Bardo is supposed to be some sort of technical guy because he works for the Howard Stern show. You know Howard's not going to hire no schmucks. Well, apparently he did. Okay, because Ben Bardo, every time I've been around this fucking guy, I ask him, "Oh, Ben, yo, how do I use my iPhone?" He has no fucking clue. "Yo, Ben, what's the internet code here at the Howard Stern show?" I don't know." Listen, you little fuck. So he ripped my heart out last night. You little prick. He's from Pittsburgh. He's a little fuck, and his team beat my fucking team at the last minute. The last fucking minute of the game. I'm driving my car, people. I am in my fucking car doing this I Am Rapaport podcast. And listen, you hear? What is she playing next to me? I don't know. I always like to know what people are listening to when they're next to you. His team beat me with like 90 seconds to go. And it was fucking painful. Fucking painful. And my girl told me she's no longer going to she either said, "You need to get the fuck out of the house during the games," or "I'm going to get the fuck out of the house during the games." And I understand her. So yesterday, the other day during the fucking, it was yesterday. I don't know. It was fucking yesterday. He fucking beat me. During the second half of the games, I decided, because it was fucking 92 degrees in Los Angeles, I went into my pool, I put my phone in 2 Ziploc bags, and I duct taped them. I duct taped the bag so there was no air or anything to get in there. And every time something went wrong, I'd go underwater and scream. Because she said, if you keep screaming, and because I would scare her, scare the dogs, scare my son, you know, so I'd go underwater and scream. Like I would scream underwater, like to myself. And a couple times I almost fucking, you know, like drowned myself. I don't know if you've ever done this, but I was trying to isolate my feelings and my sounds. And that just didn't work. So I had my iPhone wrapped up in 2 Ziploc bags with some Gorilla Tape. There's actually tape called Gorilla Tape. I swear I would love to be able to get a sponsorship. The I Am Rapaport podcast to be sponsored by Gorilla Tape. It just feels like, you know, something that the I Am Rapaport podcast could really stand behind. Like, I could stand behind a product called Gorilla Tape. What the fuck is going on here? You know, and yeah. You know, in Los Angeles, you know that the pedestrians have a right... You almost fucking killed me, lady! You almost fucking killed me! Fuck you! You animal. You know, in Los Angeles, the pedestrians have the right of way. You know what that means? That if you're driving, red light, green light, middle of the street, and somebody just walks in the street, the cars have to stop. And we're talking about a city where people don't walk. Yet, the pedestrians are the ones who have all the fucking rights, have all the fucking say-so. You run them over, they could just pop their fucking heads out, and if you run them over and you don't stop and abide by what the fuck they're doing when they want to do it, looking down at their phone. It's not like a normal city. They could just come in the middle of the street. Pedestrians have a right. And then if you don't fucking stop anywhere in the street, jaywalking, whatever, you go to fucking jail or you get the ticket. You're in the wrong. Motherfucker just walking in the middle of the street with a yoga mat and a fucking iPhone. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, Ben Bardo, you little fuck you. Who can't even get the fucking... He's the one when we were doing the draft. I don't know if anybody heard the draft show. It was real shit. The reason why the Howard Stern draft show this year was shit for the fantasy football league was because no one was being creative. Everybody was on a loop about your kid. Now I lost 2 games. No one's saying anything about my kids doing the draft. My son and his friend. Okay, we're about to do our own podcast called The Brains and the Brawn. Okay, where they're the brains, I'm the brawn. The Brains and the Brawn podcast with Michael Rapaport and somebody who's smarter than me. It'll be all sorts of themes. I'll interview scientists, but as far as sports podcasting, fantasy sports, I get this 13-year-old who knows everything about sports, and he articulates what the stats and the scientific stuff, and I, talk shit. Get it? The Brains and the Brawn. Anyway, so Ben Bardo, he fucking beat me, and now everybody knows your name. Everybody who's listening to this knows your name, and if anybody is listening to this and you're on Twitter, tweet Ben Bardo and be like, you little fuck, you non-fucking internet setting up bad breath cocksucker. He doesn't really have bad breath, but I just thought that would be good for him. There's nothing actually wrong with Ben Bardo. That's the problem. He's a really nice guy, and I really like him. And I tried to, create some sort of conspiracy colluding type of thing with him last year during the fantasy football league, and I felt like we were going down an alley where it was like, me and you, Ben, we're gonna trade and we're gonna help each other out. And then he fucked me. He fucked me, stabbed me in the back. But other than that, he's really nice. But he beat me this week, and he was talking a lot of shit. He was talking greasy the whole fucking weekend. I didn't know he had a side like that to him, but he was talking a lot of shit the entire fucking weekend. So you, Ben Bardo, you little prick, you little fuck, you get a wig of please. Speaking of fantasy football and speaking of kicking ass, all right, I play in a season-long fantasy football league at the Stern Show, but now I am completely addicted in playing 1 week fantasy football games at DraftKings.com. All right, I resisted it, but now I love it. All right, if you haven't played 1 week fantasy football, go to DraftKings.com, start playing 1 week fantasy football games, and you seriously have the chance to win millions of fucking dollars every single time you play. 1 week fantasy football games, all right? This means every week you can play as many games as you want, create as many lineups as you want, and start turning your love of football and that quiet, humble little degenerate gambler in you to seriously giving you the chance to win millions of dollars. Play responsibly. I make fun, I make light, but play responsibly, have fun. You never know. It's the luck of the draw. But if you go to DraftKings.com, America's favorite 1 week fantasy football site, and use the promo code RAPAPORT, RAPAPORT, you get to start playing for free. Okay? Check it out. I love it. All right, so we're back. And the thing that I wanted to discuss now is my man. Now, we I call him my man. I don't know if you've seen it, but I did what you would call a mockumentary with Justin Bieber on Complex. Go to Complex.com. Complex magazine, it's online. It's like the original Vice magazine, Complex. I did what you would call a mockumentary where me and Justin Bieber have a showdown in basketball, and I had a great fucking time doing it. And he was really nice, good sense of humor. He had already been roasted, the Comedy Central roast, so I figured by the time he got to me, it's just like there was nothing I could do that it would even make him bat an eye. But I had a whole new respect for him. Not that I never had a respect for him. We got to break balls here at the I AM RAPAPORT. We've broken his balls before. But now I fucks with Justin Bieber hard body karate. Not even just the music and all that stuff, just because he's just a good dude, and I feel like, I just feel like anybody who's taken as much shit as he did, then they'd start to become the underdog. I fuck with you, Justin Bieber. So, but my man Bieber got caught out there. I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, but he was in Bora Bora or Bali. I don't know where the fuck Bora Bora or Bali is. Are they in the same place? We don't fact check. This is a non-fact checking organization here. Bora Bora. He was in Bora Bora or Bali, one of those places. And they got a picture of him with his loaf out. And I didn't look at the pictures. But it just seems to be it seems to be that everything is lining up. Look at this guy. He's getting mad because I'm podcasting. Fuck you, asshole! Eat a dick, you fuck! Danny Aiello should be in the car with me while I'm podcasting. You crosswalking, jaywalking motherfucker, you! You non-driving cocksucker! Go fuck yourself, you motherfucker, you! Go back to the DMV where you came from, you fucking test-taking motherfucker, you! You know that the All Aiello, look at this fucking guy. The All Aiello podcast is coming. Episode 100. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold it. We might have to drop it at 99. I think we're going to have to drop the All Danny Aiello podcast where I interviewed Danny Aiello 99. It just seems better than 100. But anyway, they got a picture of Bieber's dick, his loaf, and there's been various reports that he's got a nice loaf, he's got a little loaf. I don't give two shits what his dick looks like. The point of the matter is all loafs matter, okay? All loafs matter, okay? You can't just be going around like... The person who was shooting those photos, they must have just been in heaven. They just must have been so happy and so proud of themselves knowing that they got a picture of Justin Bieber butt-ass naked. And I don't know if Justin Bieber knew that they were taking a picture of him butt-ass. Good for him. Fuck it. Once they get a picture of you butt-ass naked, it's like, that's it. What more pictures do you need of this fucking guy? Let this fucking guy... figure things out. He was out there with some young model chick, as he should be. He's young. Let him freak off in Bora Bora or Bali. Let him do his thing. You gotta follow. Now you got a picture of him butt ass. That's it. Now let this fucking kid breathe, man. They trying to Lindsay Lohan him and Michael Jackson him and he, of course, he's played a part in it, but like they follow you to the end of the earth. I don't even know what part of the earth it was. But you got him. You got him butt ass. Now what? Now what more do you want? What more do you want? All right, the I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses. We love our Casper mattresses at the I Am Rapaport podcast. Casper Mattress is an award-winning mattress company that makes the most ridiculously relaxing, supportive mattresses sold directly to the consumers. Trust me, I sleep on one every night. The Casper mattress is available in 6 sizes and has a 10-year full warranty. 10 fucking years. It's made and stitched right here in the United States. Free 2 to 5 day shipping in the United States and Canada. And in New York City, you could get it the day of. A guy will drive up with your mattress in a box and deliver it right to your fucking house. And if you do not like it, you have 100 nights to sleep on this mattress for free. If you do not like it, they will refund. They will come pick up your mattress for free. 100 nights. Go to Casper.com and save $50 using the promo code Rapaport. R-A-P-A-P-O-R-T. Casper Mattresses. We love them. You know, I watched this fucking Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Yes, I watched it. And I can't help it. I can't help it. Sunday night, I watch a lot of... I balance it. I watch my 60 Minutes and then I watch the dog shit. Which brings me to the point that I'm concerned about James Harden going into the 2015... Is it 2015 or 2016 NBA season? Like, is the new season considered 2015-16 because it starts in 2015 and then ends in 2016? The new NBA season, James Harden, who was a great player, plays for the Houston Rockets. He's known pretty much more for his beard, the way he looks for the regular basketball player. I mean, the regular basketball fan, they'll be like the guy with the beard. But James Harden has a beard. They fear the beard. And now he's dating Khloe Kardashian. And we know how this story plays itself out. So I would be watching out to see if there's a dip. You hear those? That jingling is the keys of my car. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. I am driving. This is an all-driving episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast. But I want to make sure that James Harden's his statistics don't dip this season because he's fucking around with these Kardashians, and they have taken down better men. I'm sorry. They took down fucking Bruce. They took down fucking Scott Disick's all fucked up. They took down Lamar and a bunch of nameless, faceless. There's like a fucking, there's like a cemetery of nameless, faceless people that have been taken down by these cars. And now, on the last week's, I'll just tell you, I watched the whole episode. On the most recent Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kris Jenner, the mom, I'll admit it, I know her name, Kris Jenner. She's going around with this guy, Corey, who's her 40-year-old boyfriend, her 40-year-old black boyfriend. Let's not say that he's not black, because the reality of it is that it's just strange that they all look like fucking, it's the same dude. They all got fucking earrings in their ears. It's all the same kind of motherfucker. Tigger and Corey. Corey, I don't know, it's Corey. They don't say his last name, Corey. He's just named guy named Corey. And Khloe Kardashian and her friend with the weave. There's these two twins, these two black girls with the two twins. They're like some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type. The black chicks weaved out these long, fucked up weaves that they're always running their hair through. Yo, you girls on the Kardashians, I don't know their name. Her name's like Khadijah or some shit like that. It is that. It's some kind of fucking shit named Khadijah or some shit. There's two of them. It's like a fucking nightmare. They're like two little black chihuahuas with weaves in their hair. The girls that hang out with the Kardashian girls, I don't know what their names are. They grill this dude, Corey, to find out like what his intentions are, as if you guys are the ones to fucking question somebody's intentions. Like, you guys are the fucking ones to be like, yeah, this is a good... You have no business grilling anybody because your shit's already fucked up. Who are you to be grilling this guy? Your track records as women are shit. You guys be fucking dudes up. This is making sense? I don't know. I watch this garbage, man. I watch this terrible television shows. I will not sway because I'll tell you, the Real Housewives is good, and it continues to get always good. And, I fuck with my housewives weekly. Shout out to all the housewives, all the Real Housewives, fake housewives, and Andy at Bravo. All right. Mac Weldon. The I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Mac Weldon. Mac Weldon is a New York City-based company that lives and breathes New York. They make the best underwear, the best t-shirts, the best socks at Mac Weldon. They use great, soft, comfortable, breathable material. It's light. The fabric is great. You could shop online or on your mobile phone and check out in less than a minute. Mac Weldon wants you to be comfortable and look good. It's perfect for the guy going for a run or the guy on the run. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, for 20% off. You get 20% off your Mac Weldon underwear, socks, and t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts. Check it out, Mac Weldon, MACKWELDON. Trust me, I'm wearing my Mac Weldon right now as I speak to you, the people. I just found out about a new app from my main man, Dean Collins, who a lot of you might know. Some of you might not know who the fuck he is, but he's on my Instagram, my videos. He's been on the podcast. It's an app called Truiy that I'm having a lot of fun with. It's an app that allows you to make anonymous statements, which is great for me and the I Am Rapaport podcast because we don't fact check shit. You put something out there and people can agree or disagree. I just posted that my fuck style is buck wild. That's what I posted. My fuck style is buck wild. Do you agree with that or do you not agree with that? I'm really curious to see if people will say, yeah, my fuck style, not me, Michael Rapaport, but if people will feel confident enough to say, yes, my fuck style is buck wild, or no, my fuck style isn't buck wild. Download the app and come fuck around with me. We'll be doing some promotions on there. And when I get to New York City, me and G Moody will get on there too. So go to Truiy on the App Store, Truiy. EEY, and check out this app. It's a lot of fun. And please, if you see my thing about my fuck style being buck wild, I would love to see what people think. So, so I bought a new record. I bought 2 new records last week. I bought my boy H20, Toby Morris. I bought their new record, which I have a little cameo on, talking some shit. And then I bought the Game's record, who I fuck with the Game. And the reason why, I'll tell you, when Game first came out, he had done a thing called like 72 bars and running, or 365 bars and running, or 720 bars and running. And I was like, this motherfucker is on some shit. And if you never heard it, I know it's not the right number. And Game, I don't want any problems with you. I fuck with you. I know how you gets down. What was it, 720 bars and running? But he did a freestyle over like, it was like 12 minutes long, over all like the hot beats at the time, and like old beats and LA beats and East Coast beats, New York beats. And he was freestyling for fucking, like, it was like literally like 10 minutes. And I was like, yo, he could do nothing else. And that right there, you that shit is like Hall of Fame shit. So when I first heard that, and this was like, I heard the Hate It or Love It, and I heard some things. Hate It or Love It, of course, is a fucking classic. But when he did that freestyle over those beats, I was like, yo, not many people could do that. Not many MCs could do that. So I always take from that alone, I always take the Game, his music serious, because he's talented. Like his fucking, like his knowledge of hip hop, he must be like some kind of savant, because like he quotes things in his shit. He's just like one of these dudes. I bet you he's got a fucking crazy memory. I will bet you that the Game has some sort of photographic memory, because in order to freestyle, it can't be all completely off the top of your head. It's kind of like, some off the top of your head, and some shit like from parts of songs, and it's like some kind of magic trick to be able to do that, to freestyle, like freestyle rapping. Like if you could really do it and make sense and kill it and freak it and change your flows and all that shit. But to me, when he did that, whatever it was, 11-minute freestyle, well, just look it up, Game shit. There's no video of it. It's like he was just rocking. Yo, that shit right there, like, it's like, I don't know, it's like some Rain Man type of shit. So I always buy his records just off of that. And some of them are better than the other. There's always songs on there. His flow is always ill, and he always says ill shit. But this new record I had been hearing about for a while, called his new record, The Documentary Part 2, I fuck with it. I like it. A lot of people are on it. Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, fucking Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, everybody's on it. But there's one joint on there called Don't Trip. And the reason why I'm pointing out this song, it's produced by Will I Am, and it's a beat that's been used it's like the Cool Like That beat. It also was used by, I think Diamond D used it. I'm pretty sure Stetsasonic used it. And, Cypress Hill used it as an interlude during one song, that dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And they kill that shit. They kill that shit. So it's produced by Will I Am. But the point is that the reason why that song stuck out the most to me is because it's that boom bap. Not to say that there's not other dope shit on there, but for me, if you listen to that song, Don't Trip, the flow that the MCs, all the dudes on there get on it, and the beat, it just captures you because it's that boom bap shit. There's other joints on there that are dope. There's a bunch of shit on there. Fuck with The Documentary Part 2, but that shit, Don't Trip. Ice Cube kills it, Dr. Dre kills it, and Game kills it. So that album, The Documentary Part 2, you get that shit. I fucking, I bought it. I know, why do you buy music? I don't even know why I buy music. I have Beats Music, I have iTunes Music, I have Spotify, but I just feel like if I respect the artist and like the artist, I should just buy it. What the fuck is the $9.99 gonna do? Okay? I just don't feel comfortable stealing music from anybody. I just don't like it, even though they offer it for free. If you pay, So stupid, actually. I pay $9.99 a month on iTunes to get everything I want for free, yet I also paid $9.99 a month, $9.99 to buy the game's CD. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're fucking around with me now. They're confusing me with this music downloading shit. But it's just whatever, you know. I like to buy the fucking record. I like to have the fucking record. And the documentary 2 is dope. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. My favorite song on the documentary 2 so far is Don't Trip. I wish there was more hip-hop coming out that was respectful, that was dope, that was versatile, but it's just not. I'm coming to terms that the shit is just never going to be like it was. There's never going to be a consistency of true classics. Not a classic that you hear on a Tuesday and then the following Thursday you don't even fucking listen to it anymore. I'm talking about classics that get in your bloodstream. Classic records from bottom to top, top to bottom, from beginning to end. Many times you listen to it, you find new things. Real classics. I wish there was more of it coming out, but there's not. Like this may or may not be a classic episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast. Who will know now? You can't say this is an instant classic. I mean, I can, because it's me. I could say it's an instant classic, but we have to check in 3-4 years. Are we still going to be talking about this particular episode, which I believe is episode 93 of the I Am Rapaport podcast, or not? Who knows? There's no such thing as an instant classic. Classics have to marinate. It's not a lobster where you just throw it in there, boil it, cook it and eat it. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it fucking works. Or maybe it is the way it works. I don't know. It's the I Am Rapaport podcast, coming live and direct, all driving. I'm still fucking in my car. You hear that? That's my fucking car. And that's all I have to say. It's the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we're out. American Giant sponsors the I Am Rapaport podcast. Go to American-Giant.com. Check it out. T-shirts, sweatshirts, American made, American manufactured. Really good quality, soft, rugged, hoodies, sweatpants, all of it. American-Giant.com. American Giant.